Hello and welcome if you're new to my channel, and if you're a subscriber, a warm welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be talking about recent and incredibly positive changes that have occurred at the Italian leather goods house, Colombo. I'm Anesu Sagonda and I produce educational luxury content for anyone after the finer things. Whether you're new to money and wanting to learn how to navigate the terrain, or you're into luxury but you want to focus more on high quality, under the radar brands, or you're young and starting out in life and wanting to reap the benefits of buying better quality from the get-go, then my content is geared towards you. A few months ago, I released a video entitled Holy Grail of Quiet Luxury Bags, where I gave a list of 5 brands that I think are representative of quiet luxury, and they are the Holy Grail. And I also included in that video the Holy Trinity. There was a comment that was posted against that video that really gnawed at me for weeks after the video went live, because I felt as if the viewer had read my mind, and I thought, did I make the right decision? But I thought, no, I did make the right decision. And the comment was, I thought I would see Colombo as one of the top 5. Colombo is an Italian brand focused on exotic skin that I really like. It's fantastic, the craftsmanship, the quality of the leathers. It's on par with Hermes when you consider the quality and the craftsmanship of the brand. But I didn't include Colombo because they only have one style in calfskin, focused on exotic skin. All the other styles are exotic skin, pretty much crocodile. And I thought, if I include Colombo has just one style in calfskin. I didn't want to appear as if I was out of touch with reality, because the majority of luxury consumers wouldn't even be able to afford Colombo bags, because they're typically 10,000 euros and above, being exotic skin, depending on the style and the size of course. But I wanted to replicate the holy grail of loud luxury with brands like Christian Dior, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Chanel, for example, where they do have a good number of calfskin, more of the calfskin, and then exotic skin fused within their collection as well. So I wanted to compare the two like for like and create something that was very similar with brands that were also representative in terms of calfskin that's a lot more attainable to the majority of people. But a couple of weeks ago, I was in Italy and en route to the northern part. I had an hour to spend in Milan, and I split my time between Valextra, Serapian, Milano, and Colombo. And if I had known of the developments at Colombo, I would have cut out Valextra and just split my time between Serapian, Milano, and Colombo and spent more time. But I'm going to go back next year. But it literally made my trip when I found out that Colombo have cranked up the number of calfskin styles. They only had 1 last year, and this year they've introduced 3 other styles, so it's a total of 4, and I'll talk about those in a bit. So it really made my day, and I thought, the Holy Grail may change, but I'm going to be watching Colombo closely, just to see developments, what's going to happen this year, the other styles they're introducing. They're also introducing a number of other styles on the crocodile side of things as well. When I first went to see the brand, I mentioned I was like, I know you're focused on crocodile, but it would be great to see some more calfskin style so that the brand is a little more accessible. And it's almost as if they heard me, and I'm sure they had feedback from other people as well. The other thing as well, after releasing the video, a couple of people commented they were struggling to get through to the brand. The website wasn't user-friendly. Someone even said, is it a scam? The website was not fantastic. And I mentioned this to the brand as well. And luckily, they've really reacted to feedback, which is something I like. The advantages of small brands. You say something, they react to it. They're working on their website. If you haven't been to it lately, go and take a look. A lot more information. It's a lot faster, and they're still doing more work. So be patient. They're doing a lot of really good stuff on their website. And the other thing I noticed when I was in store and also looking at their website is they've really cranked up in terms of the styles, a much wider offering of styles, which is fantastic for the consumers because there's a lot of variety. But from a business point of view, I was a bit surprised because I thought, this is a lot of styles. There's a lot going on here. It's beautiful stuff. But you don't actually give a consumer time to really appreciate and enjoy a style before introducing something else. So I hope to engage a little further with the brand and just find out a bit more. What's their thought process? What's their vision? How they're doing things, and just get a better understanding of Colombo, because as I've said, I really like the brand. When it comes to the quality, the craftsmanship, they are on par with Hermes. So if you're somebody who's not beholden to the hype of Hermes, but you want good, honest, solid quality, high quality and craftsmanship, you'll get it from Colombo. I don't think I'll ever be able to go into a Colombo boutique without swooning over the Diane Soft, specifically in the chocolate brown matte croc. It's one of my favorite bags from the brand, and it's a bag that literally gives me life. It keeps me motivated. It's a bag that I hope to one day add to my own collection, so it keeps me really focused to work really hard. And this time round, when I had a look at the bag, I picked up on what I think is a fairly major detail I hadn't seen the first time. The bag is a beautiful cross between the Kelly from Hermes and the Gabi from Moynat. I'm going to attach the video above where I talk about the Gabi. You have the poppers on the side like the Gabi, so it creates slightly more room on the inside of the bag. And then of course the trapezoid shape without the flap over. You have the flap on top with the magnetic component. The exquisite scale pattern, perfectly matched. Open the bag, and the detail I hadn't seen the first time around is the pockets on the inside. They are crocodile pockets. Detail you don't get with Hermes, for example. Slightly lower priced product price-wise, but better quality executed details on the bag. So you have the zipped and then the slip on the inside, both of them, the trimming with crocodile. And then of course you have on the underside the reinforced legs. The bag comes with 2 additional straps, one full crocodile strap and then a sportier fabric strap. Matte chocolate brown croc means even if you wear it with the funkier, sportier, more casual strap, the bag still gives you a fairly, the matte element, croc element will still give you a fairly elevated, fun, funky look to the bag, even if it's meant to be dressed down. And then the second style that I picked up on as I was walking around the store quickly is the Nuovo Wall Street bag. I'm going to attach the video above where I spoke about the first styles that I discovered when I first went into the boutique. And I spoke about the Nuovo Wall Street range of styles, but they've introduced now the weaving bag. Beautiful, sumptuous chocolate brown. It's a mix of calfskin and also crocodile. You have calfskin front and back of the bag, and then the rest of the bag is crocodile. So the flap on top, the handle, the sides, the bottom of the bag comes with an additional strap as well. But what I really like with this particular style, it's the weaving pattern. You could pop whatever you need in your bag and it would stick out through the weaving bits, but they actually have a really thick, robust, soft to the touch pouch they've included with the bag, and that has a zipped compartment. So you can include the pouch or take the pouch out depending on what you're putting in there, what you're doing with the bag, but it's beautiful. I like the shape, very similar to the Brillant from Delvaux. I'm going to be looking at Delvaux and Colombo closely next year because I, at this point, not having done my research, thorough research, think Colombo has an edge to Delvaux. When I look at, for example, Colombo bags, Moynat, Joseph Duclos, for example, the craft is flawlessly executed. There's absolutely nothing out of place. But with the Brillant, as I've mentioned before, I'm going to attach the video above, I have noticed very subtle splitting to the leather where you have the stitching. And that's just something that shouldn't be happening at this level of luxury. But I'm really going to do my research and reach out to both brands and get a better understanding before making any comment about those two elements. But Colombo, my goodness, it's really come up on my radar now that they've included a fairly solid selection of calfskin alternatives for you to also consider alongside their croc offering, which is what they're largely focused on. So those are the two styles that I talked about before, and they've introduced the new element with the weaving bag. That's priced at 7,700 euros. Throw into that as well, as I mentioned earlier, they have a number of other crocodile styles online, in-store. I also picked up in-store bowling bag called the Victoria. In the matte croc just elevates what is a fairly basic style, but it just looks even more exquisite. It's arresting when you throw in the croc. I like that, and I'd like to take a closer look at that bag next time. And there's also the Lunar I discovered online. A cute shopping bag, open in the middle, a croc. And I thought, my goodness, what an incredibly elevated running around bag. So I'm going to take a look at those two, hopefully next time I'm in the boutique if they have them in stock. Additional styles that they have also introduced on the croc side. There's the Pantheon. The Pantheon, similar to the Diane Soft, except it doesn't have the poppers on the side. It's just one solid compartment, reinforced legs on the underside, and then you have the magnetic component on top. You open the bag, you have a pouch just made from calfskin, and then on the other side the croc pocket as well, details you don't see with Hermes. And then on the underside of the bag you have the reinforced legs. And then the second style is called the Tyche flap. That's priced at 16,000 euros. The one before the Pantheon is priced at 12,100 euros. With the Tyche flap, you have the flap on the front of the bag. Pull it out, lift the flap, one compartment in the bag. On the one side, open flap, and then on the other side, you have a zipped compartment. And then on the back end of the bag, you have an open sleeve where you can pop in cards or something you would like quick access to, for example. And then of course the underside of the bag. So that's the Tyche and also the Pantheon. The next two styles, the Hera and the Diane P, come in both the calfskin as well as the shiny croc option. The Hera and the Diane P, calfskin priced exactly the same, 3,300 euros. I'll insert the price of the croc options of the bag. I didn't have those whilst recording, but I really wanted to touch on the calfskin because that's what's been introduced, a lot more competitively priced, especially when compared to the Birkin and the Kelly, where you're looking at the higher end, 8, 9, 10,000 pounds, depending on the size, versus 3,300 euros for a comparable quality when it comes to the craftsmanship and also the high quality of the leathers that are used. Looking specifically at the Hera, I'll show both the calfskin as well as the croc options of the bag as well. With the Hera, it's essentially a top handle bag, but it has the option to attach an additional strap. With Colombo bags, they all have the option to attach an additional strap. So you have options. You're not forced to either carry it as a top handle bag if that's what it primarily is, but add a strap and then you have over the shoulder, typically crossbody option as well available to you. So with the Hera, over the shoulder, crossbody, it's a top handle bag with a flap in the middle with the magnetic component. Lift that out and you have one big compartment in the middle. With the calfskin, it's calfskin lined on the inside, obviously calfskin on the outside. One side you have a zipped pocket and on the other side you have an open pocket. With the croc, on one side you have a zipped calfskin pocket. The entire bag is croc on the outside, calfskin on the inside. And then on the other side you have a pocket that's croc. Again, the details you don't necessarily get with brands like Hermes, but you get with Colombo at a fraction of the price, but exact same quality, high quality and craftsmanship. And then on the underside of the bag, you have the reinforced legs. The second style is the Diane, an extension of the core Diane offering. But with the Diane P, whether it's calf or crocodile, exactly the same. What you have is a compact bag. Lift the flaps on top with the magnetic component and it opens up to a really good sized bag that can take quite a bit. One big compartment in the middle with a zipped pocket on the side, and then two outer compartments equal in size. So you have quite a bit of room in that bag. And then of course, on the underside of the bag, you have the legs. And then the final calfskin style is the Cupola Cubo Tote Mini. Comes in obviously the calfskin, the particular one I saw in a rich burgundy color, with the design details, the pictures. I'm sure they will change that every season or every so often, depending on what's going on, what they would like to feature on the bag. But it's just a really easy, fun, playful, easy to wear bag, running around, out and about. You want something elevated, something fun, something well made, something that'll be a bit of a talking point. People will notice this bag. The two handles comes with an additional strap, so you can wear it over the shoulder, crossbody, lends itself very well to being a really easy running around bag. Inside of the bag is fabric, a thick, robust fabric that's still soft to the touch. Underside of the bag, you have the legs as well to protect the base, and priced at 1,100 euros. So that's the new calfskin styles from Colombo. The Cupola Cubo Tote Mini, you have the Diane P calf, you have the Hera calfskin, and then of course the first style I spoke about, the Diane Soft in the calfskin. Watch the space. They haven't told me, but I'm sure they're going to be releasing another 1 or 2 styles when it comes to calfskin, and I'll be right there to let you know once I know. But a fantastic brand to get on your radar, a brand I'd like to talk more about, I'd like to find out more about. It's a superb brand. If you have Hermes level money for the Birkin, for the Kelly, this is a superb alternative if you'd like something different. Any thoughts? Any questions? Please let me know. What do you think about the new offering? Let me know in the comments down below. To all my viewers, as always, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.